As parents, we are always trying to do the best for our little ones, from researching about Montessori at home to buying flashcards to reciting the alphabet and counting from 1 to 10 on a daily basis. While we all want the best for our children, it doesn't always look the same, right? From one household to another household, parenting looks different. In this video, I'll be sharing with you what styles I subscribe to and which I don't in my parenting, as well as why. I'm Katla Moagi, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and let's meet you every single Monday. The first thing that I don't subscribe to as a parent is allowing baby to sleep in their own bed and in their own room before 6 months. This is because of what we're taught in prenatal classes about the importance of skin-to-skin contact between mommy and baby, as well as daddy and baby. I know that there are reasons why many parents allow their babies to sleep in their own cot, in their own bed, and in their own room as early as possible. Reasons ranging from allowing the baby to get into a routine as soon as possible, sleep training them so that you don't struggle, because it's believed that the longer you take, then it will take longer for them. Like if you start later, then it will take longer for a baby to be sleep trained and get into a sleeping routine. And the other reason is for you as a parent to get back into your sleeping habits and sleeping routine. And while all of this is good and it benefits a lot of parents, I don't think that it's good for me, and I don't think I'll do it with any of my kids. I feel like that 0 to 6 months it feels long sometimes when the baby's crying all night, but once it's gone, it's gone, and you don't have it again, and you wish you would have spent more time with that baby, carried that baby more, breastfed that baby more and longer. And I just think it's a wonderful time to bond with your baby, and I'd rather sacrifice those nights of sleep, of waking up a lot and having a child that's not sleep trained, that's waking me up at 11 and 1 and 3 and 4 and whatever time. I'd rather have that than have them far away from me at that early stage and miss out on that period. The second thing that I do not subscribe to is Santa Claus and Easter Bunny. Those are the two things that my son has never been taught about, and I don't intend on teaching him about that, as I feel that those take away from the real truth about the birth, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I believe that as Christian parents, that is what we ought to be teaching our children: what the birth of Jesus Christ was about, what the purpose of it was, what his death meant, what his resurrection meant. And I think that the more we as Christian parents teach and focus on Santa Claus and Easter bunnies, the more our children, or the less they can focus on the truth of Good Friday and Easter Monday and all of that, you know. And in addition to that, I just feel that those two things are very good ways of just wasting our money. Christmas, Santa Claus is about putting presents under the tree. Easter Bunny is about buying Easter egg and doing Easter hunts, while Jesus Christ is about free freedom. All that he requires from us is faith, and this faith is what we ought to be teaching our children, and that is what I aim on doing, and out with the Santa and the Easter Bunny. The third point is something that I do subscribe to, which is allowing baby to make a mess with their food, with their toys. Before I became a mother, I just imagined myself to be a very strict and organized and orderly parent whose things are just in order, whose house is always in order, until Kuranasha arrived. So right now, I just feel like it's okay to allow him to take his bucket of toys and spill the toys on the floor and make a mess and just express himself the way that he wants to. I feel like if he's allowed to do that now, that will be part of his character, his personality. He'll be free to express himself, and that will be very beneficial later on in life, where he is confident to feel what he feels and to express himself the way that he would like to. Now, I know that we all have nice, beautiful homes that we want kept neat and tidy, and nice furniture as well. But I think that all of that should never take priority over our children and allowing our children to be children. And I know that frustration when you're looking at your child trying to feed themselves and taking a spoon and missing their mouth and having the food land on the carpet, you just want to help. But when you don't, you learn something. You see that child feeling proud of themselves for managing to get the food in their mouths, feeling confident, feeling independent. And yes, they make a mess, and yes, they make a mistake. But after making that mistake, they learn from it, and their confidence is built up. And that building of confidence, it will be confidence that they take with from childhood. The fourth thing is something that I do not subscribe to, which is daycare and play dates. I don't want my child to go to daycare as yet, or to be part of play dates as yet, because of just feeling like I need to protect him, protect his innocence now, because I feel like in daycare and in play dates, he might learn, not might, he's definitely going to learn other things from other kids, and these things might be bad things which we don't want him to learn yet, until his mind is at a stage where he can sort of determine and dissect to say this is right and this is wrong, this is bad, this is good. And the other reason why we don't want him to go to daycare as yet is that he can't speak like yet. He's only 2, so we want to wait until he's able to communicate fully, so that if he's ever subjected to behavior that isn't right, that isn't pleasant, he's able to communicate to say this happened, this one did this, so that we can do something about it. We can help him, instead of him experiencing all this negativity without being able to communicate, without being helped, and just dying inside. Fifthly, I don't subscribe to timeouts. I believe that it is very important to teach children right from wrong, to punish them when necessary. But I feel like once a child has done wrong, reprimand them, take away their toy, take away what they were busy with, to show how you're not happy with what they have done, to show them that what they have done is wrong. Take away something, but do not take yourself away from the child. And I feel like timeout does that. You take yourself away from the child's presence, and this might lead to more negative emotions. Like the child is there trying to understand the negative emotions that they're going through, throwing tantrums and that. Not that tantrums are fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in that moment where a child is expressing negative feelings, I don't think it helps for you to take yourself away from their presence. I just don't think so. And the other thing that supports my thoughts in this is Dr. Gable Mate. I'm not sure if that's how you say his name, but I'm going to link a video that he did. And in that video, Dr. Gable Mate talks on childhood development and trauma and their potential lifelong impact on physical and mental health. And he said that timeout teaches a child that when you are most vulnerable is when I am least available to you. And I don't think that any of us as parents want that. No one wants to teach their child to say, I'm available all the time, but when you are vulnerable, when you're emotionally vulnerable, then sorry, I'm not there for you. I don't think we want that. Hence, I don't subscribe to timeout. The last thing that I do subscribe to is screen time. I know some people are against it, but in our family, it has been a very useful resource towards the education of our child. As I mentioned, he doesn't go to daycare, so all of his education is done at home. So we use books, we use flashcards, we write things for him, and in addition to that, we allow him to watch educational videos that teach him about colors, fruit, days of the week, numbers, Bible stories, and it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing resource which I can recommend to other parents. I totally agree that you should not leave a child with a phone and iPad with internet on their own, because there are different things that you should not allow your child to be exposed to. And if you allow them to have these things on their own, you don't know what they'll end up watching. But if you can just download the things and have them watch on offline, then I don't see why not. It has worked for us. And I'm not saying screen time should be your baby's nanny, just a resource to complement the education that you're already providing for them. It is very helpful. And with that, I am done. Those are the six things, a combination of what I do and do not subscribe to as a parent to my 2-year-old son. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching until this point. Just share with me, what is it that you agree with me on? What is it that you don't agree with me on? What are your reasons for subscribing and not subscribing to certain parenting styles? And if you haven't subscribed, do so now. Click the notification bell. Let's meet again next week, Monday. Bye for now.